Hey, what's up, guys? So I took a loss yesterday, and as you can see, I matched against Kolson. And let's take a look at the ranking here. And so that's the winner's bracket. And in the loser's bracket, everybody's 0-1. Here's what we have. And Kolson was not able to clear something. I guess everybody in the loser's bracket was not able to clear something. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but it'd be interesting to have seen it. Let's take a look at Kolson's stats. So Kolson does have Mephisto, and he has Gladiator. So this will be interesting to see what he's doing with his offense as well as his defense. And here are my stats. So pretty much my defense is the same. I got a suggestion from Darth, and he said maybe try your Extreme Rogue in 2. And I'll try this because they could be better in 2. And if they don't really work there, then I'll just go ahead and switch up to the defense that I kind of showed you guys over the weekend from Trial 3. And so that pushed the Spider Society Mephisto to 3. Which I think that's what Juicy was getting at, is like, it's just not going to matter. Let another team take advantage of the Room 2 rules because the same counters are being used on Mephisto Spider Society. So we'll see how this does with the first 3. And my second 3 are pretty much what you would expect because I didn't really change the teams. I just changed 2, 3, and 5. So that pushes the Old Man Logan team to 5. And maybe because Old Man Logan, maybe because it's really 4 mutants in 5, it can do a little better. I still would think they were going with a Cabal, so I don't know that it's going to matter. And so hopefully Room 4 can trip this opponent up a bit, as well as we'll see how Room 6 goes if my opponent breaks up Illuminati or if he goes in with full Illuminati. And this is what my opponent is running on defense. And so this Rogue Extreme with Dorm, when you have Nightcrawler, I think has to be taken pretty seriously. And so I looked at a couple videos and different counters, and I'm really reluctant against using the Masters of Evil unless I can take APOC in there. So I've given that some thought on what can be worked on here. And as I moved over, I said, well, he's using his Mephisto on offense. So I definitely have to one-shot everything because my thought is he's planning to one-shot my Mephisto. And he's got Scroll on offense. So he has a chance to really get super high efficiency. And I don't know how great my efficiency can be here. So we'll see. So I've been trying to select for efficiency. And he has some teams that maybe won't be great for me with efficiency, so we'll see. But my first thought is I caught up on some videos on the counter sheet, and Desir, I think, had the best idea. Even though a couple of tunes there had Striker, I think Rogue and somebody else, and only here Dorm has Striker, so I don't know that the same exact game plan works, but I think going in with the Sinister 6, meaning the basic 3 Superior 6 that we would use with the Green Goblin, Classic, Doc Ock, and Craven, and then going with Mysterio and Vulture, I think have a chance. My Mysterio is already skirm, and I've got a B2 on him, so I probably will have to hit the Dorm when I can to see if I can ability block him with the Mysterio, his actual special, instead of trying to hit one of the other tunes and see how that would go, since I can't really ability block the other ones. And since I'm not really sure if Massive Evil, the mirror works here, and I don't really think I need him anywhere else, I'm going to do Cabal, Kang, and Emma. And I think that should be enough to take this team out. And we're going to do New Warriors here. I don't think that's that much of a punch-up for me, because my New Warriors have gotten pretty strong. As well as Room 4 will be Illuminati. So Room 5, I'm just going to go ahead and try out Secret Defenders with Lizard. We'll see how that goes. And Room 6, I saw a couple different counters, and I think Nova Destruct stood out the most. So I believe it was APOC Eternals, Nova, and Big Time. So I'll go with that. And I could probably do Weaver over Nova. So I'll take a look at their speeds, but I think Nova might be a little bit faster, so I end up going with Nova. Not that I think it matters a whole lot because of the way he was able to go in and take care of this team. And all of my tunes are pretty built for this one, except Big Time, I think, is G18. Well, I think no, Nova is G19. So we'll see how that goes. So this Extreme X-Men with Nightcrawler, the Nightcrawler version, and Dorm and Rogue, I decided to go in with my War counter, the Sinister 6 version I use in War. And to my surprise, it went really well, so I'll probably start using Mysterio a bit more. I'm not sure if the P2 skirmisher on him makes much of a difference, but if anything else, I think it just helps to balance him off. I've heard about the full Masters of Evil being on defense, and this is the first time I'm going against one. And I didn't think that the old first turn would be as much of an issue because I had considered going in with the mirror, and that may have been a mistake. So I'm glad I went in with Cabal, and as you can see how to play out, it's just merely because of Cabal's tankiness that I was able to pull this through. It's been a long time since I've used New Warriors on Hive Mind, and recently Flint was talking about how much or how easily New Warriors can beat Hive Mind, and probably even on a punch-up, but since this is basically a punch-across, I felt pretty safe, and I just said, well, you know the routine and the normal sequence of how you'd like to play this out, so just go in and play it, and possibly it could be played differently, but I do think hitting the Red Goblin first, and then since the Void Knight and the Red Goblin are only one space apart, then when you go in and rewind like that, I think it just makes for an easy battle. So at the moment, Illuminati is, for me, my prime offensive team. And I wasn't quite sure about this version of Old Man Logan, but I figured Illuminati would be able to handle it. So since I'd planned to use my Sinister Six on the X-Men, I figured I'd have a good chance going in with my Secret Defenders and Lizard on this Spider Society. And I looked at it and I said, okay, it's not super huge, so I should be able to take it. And to my surprise, this Spider Society, and maybe it's just because of the Room 5 rules, it makes it a bit tougher. But at the end of the day, and I could have played this wrong as well, it just did not go well for me. And as you'll see, I tried to do a follow up with the Doom version, and that was problematic for me as well. So my original plan was to use APOC here, and that would have probably went much smoother. And since things changed because of difficulty of some of the defenses in other rooms, I had to go ahead and make adjustments. And as a result, this probably wasn't the best version to take in as a team to try to even lay out damage. My thought was, okay, a failed attempt, you'll get the exhaust, and then we'll see what we can do on the next turn or the next attempt. And as you'll see, maybe Pegasus wasn't the best team to go in with the second attempt because they didn't do well either. And to my surprise, Alpha Flight did. So at least what happened is I was able to full clear, even with these last two rooms being three attempts on each. And it just kind of goes to show that you got to keep playing it out because you never know what's going to happen. And my concern, as I thought I'd lost this trial, is that my opponent had Mephisto on offense. And so you'll see how that plays out for him when we go through the defensive reviews.